Okay, here we go with part two. I'm going to try to start off where we left off on the last one. This is a larger screen right now, and it's going to create a much larger movie. Let's see how this works in terms of saving it and uploading it and downloading it, etc. Okay, here we are with the regular UltraFractal screen. I'm going to say File, New, Fractal. And just like before, I'll choose the Newton right here, double click on it, and I have this set to 640 by 480 under image size here, under fractal properties. So you can expand and contract these various palettes to do what you need it to do. Okay, so going up to formula here, where we left off was putting this exponential value up to 8. And excellent. So I wanted to show you the gradient palette while that draws there. Right here is the gradient button, and that determines what colors are mapped here. Okay, so one interesting thing you can do, this is the default palette and it's actually pretty gross. It's just primary colors sitting here at maximum hue. Take this slider down here and start rotating it, and right away you can see that maps different colors from all over the color spectrum into our design here. Okay, you can get hypnotized just doing this and have fun with this alone here. Alrighty. And let's see here. In the Layers palette, under Fractal Properties here, notice that it's just one background layer. If I add a second layer to this and change the color, and change the shape, and how to do that, back up here to Properties, I'm going to go into Outside, which outside is the regions that have the color. Inside is inside the fractal, which is black right now. So I'm going to click outside here and click this little icon in the upper right here, and that opens up different ways of mapping this. So I'm going to click on Orbit Traps, and that creates pretty interesting design right there. And I'm going to right click on the gradient and hit randomize color, and notice that the palette got changed radically here. I'm going to adjust this when I start combining these. Notice that layer 1 is sitting over the background layer, and I could turn it off just by clicking in this little box right here. You see that? Okay, and like projects that we've done before, we can take these layers and blend them with various modes here. There's multiply, and you can use the down arrow and take a scroll through some of these to see what you think. When you come across one that looks kind of decent, you can take this top layer and start scrolling, or the bottom layer. It's getting pretty intense here. It's kind of nice. And suppose I said, that's my fractal, I want to save this. We want to do is flatten the layers together, and actually you don't need to do this because we're not going to save this as an image file. What I want to do is to save this as a screenshot first. So I click on the window to make it active, and now I can take a picture of just that fractal. So I'm going to hold down the Control button, the Alt button, and hit Print Screen. And it takes an image of this screen. And what's a good thing to do at this point is to throw it into Photoshop. So let me launch Photoshop here. And let's see how that goes. You can also, if you want to do it fast and loose, throw it into Paint program, which comes with every version of Windows, or if you have a Mac, you can throw it in iPhoto. So we're just scratching the surface here. Anyway, up in the top here, it's off the screen. I'm going to say File New, and it'll build a file exactly the size. Oops, it looks like it grabbed more than just the active window, so then we'll crop it. And then I paste this, Control V, or Edit Paste. There it is. That's the entire window from the whole UltraFractal application. So I'm going to use the crop button, which is right here. Got that. And crop out the image here. I have my crop tool set up to a preset, so I have to take that off. And once I undo that, let me hit Escape. I just hit Enter, and then I have just the image. Let me take the preset off here while I've got you. It's off the screen again. Okay, crop again. Hit Enter, and there's the file. So File, Save As, and remember where you're putting this, and make sure that you JPEG it. So name it Fractal 1 or whatever you want, and then make sure that you choose JPEG down here, okay, and know the folder that you're putting it in. I'll cancel that, and let's get rid of this here. Alrighty, so putting one layer on top of the other and scrolling through some possibilities, that's kind of neat, and then checking it out even further by scrolling through this palette here. Yeah, that's kind of neat. You can see you could generate 20 or 30 images just like bing, 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 because they happen so quickly. Alrighty, one other thing I wanted to show you on this layer, top layer, is we can map it differently. Again, map on top of the map. So last time we chose orbit traps. This time I'm going to try anything, binary decomposition here, and see what happens. Wow. And again, play with the colors. And play with your blend modes over here. So there's normal, multiply, screen, overlay, okay. I'll stop the movie right here. This gives you enough to play with for a little while, and see you in the next movie.